Hey y'all, this is your girl Jamie here. What is going on, guys? How are y'all doing? I hope y'all are having a straight up blessed day. If y'all are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and if y'all like this video, make sure you hit the notification and the like button, guys, and welcome. Let's talk about Elvis Presley's Circle G Ranch. Yes. Now, let's just rewind a little bit and go back to the beginning of Circle G Ranch. He found this land from an elderly couple, and he went ahead and bought it. It was like 230 acres in total. It's got a lake. I mean, it's got everything. A house. He had his own vision for this place. He wanted it to be like another Graceland. And what ended up being, like, him and his dad, they had different visions for it. But at the end, Elvis did what Elvis wanted to do. It was his money, so he did what he wanted. Now, I can't blame the man, because I would have done the same thing. But now, if y'all don't already know, they do still have horses in, like a little ranch area at Graceland, if you ain't ever been there. But when he did go to sell Circle G Ranch, they took the horses to Graceland to be cared for, and all that stuff. Well, but let's rewind. I'm jumping ahead of myself here. Now, Elvis bought this land off an elderly couple, and he ended up making it what he wanted. And, some issues with some permits, yada, yada, yada. They ended up putting a bunch of trailers onto this land for everybody, just to kind of have like a getaway spot. Now, keep in mind, this is back when Priscilla was still in the picture, so they made it their own little, they had like a honeymoon, suit kind of / trailer. And Priscilla has, stated in the past that back in 63, when they spent like that spring there before Elvis did, went and did a lot of his movies and stuff, that it was the best time that they had ever had. And some of the statements that Priscilla said, it just sounds like that what she's saying is like, she said that she's never seen Elvis. She never saw him happier and more relaxed and more at ease with himself and within his soul, basically. She saw his soul at ease, more or less. Now, she said she loved, cooking him, frying him up eggs and bacon in the morning, and she loved washing his clothes and folding up his laundry and everything. So, as a woman, it sounds like it was the first time that they got to play house and within their marriage. Now, Elvis being Elvis, he brought everybody right along, though. There was other trailers on this property that he had set up. The Memphis Mafia, his friends, his family, his, parents, yada, yada, yada. Now, the Circle G, where he got it from, is from Gladys, y'all, his mama. So, with all due respect, he had to respect his mom. And he named, he wanted it to be named, something special for his mom. Now, at this point, his mom was already passed away and all, so, it was out of, just love and respect for his mom. So, but Elvis was spending so much money back in this time that his secretary that y'all just saw that picture of, he was buying everybody cars and trucks and everything. That his secretary said that it was hard to keep up with Elvis with the books of like the tags and making sure everything was up to date and all of that stuff, because he was spending so much money. By the time she was catching up to like the titles of the cars and the tags, and the cars were already being given away because that's just who Elvis was. He was very generous and, showing his love as far as like giving stuff to people. Now, let's get back to this land. This land is huge. It's massive. It's got its own lake. And as of now, it got sold back in 2018, and the property owners, wanted to make it a tourist destination, which is pretty neat. So I'm sure at this point it's already open to the public and all because of, the pandemic and everything. But they got it all, so it's, you're able to go visit. It's in Horn Lake, Mississippi, which is like 10 miles south, I think, of Memphis, y'all. It's not far. So, but Elvis wanted this, spot to be like a getaway from the getaway, because he had, Graceland, which he loved, but this was just an extra getaway for him. So, hey, Elvis was Elvis. He could do and, have anything he wanted within his means, and this was his one spot in the world that he could just be himself. As far as, like Priscilla and the Memphis Mafia, spoke of it. Now, the Memphis Mafia, they had this fire pit thingy right here made just for Elvis. And they said that they all spent like a lot of evenings, gathered around, the fire pit and all. And they would spend after, breakfast and all, they would all go riding horses. And that a lot of them all stated, and Priscilla, they all stated that this was like the best time that they ever got to spend with Elvis. And Elvis was so at ease just being able to be out and, just out and about like that and be able to ride horses and enjoy, his friends and family, and that they would all have, gatherings outside, picnic type things. It was just a great time for all of them. Now, after Elvis went back to work and started making the movies and stuff, over time, it got Circle G got neglected. And they basically, Elvis got bored with it, as he does with, as he did with everything else. His family said that Elvis, Elvis liked to give nicknames for everybody, so they gave him the nickname Peter Pan, because he was just a kid at heart. But he was so consumed with all the movies and all the tours and everything back then. Mostly, I think he was doing movies back then, but they said he just, got so bored and so busy, and he got caught back up in his life of being, rich and famous. So at some point, he did go ahead and put up Circle G for sale because of the upkeep. And so now there's been a lot of rumors throughout the years that Elvis was going broke. Now, if you want to believe that, you can believe that, and if you don't believe that, then don't. But supposedly, the family, his dad and all, said that it was just a financial burden because the upkeep of it, and nobody was there anymore. But once Elvis, moved out of Circle G, everybody else followed. All but some of his, his family, some of the Memphis Mafia, and including his dad. I think his dad stayed living in one of the trailers as well. But once he sold it, everybody went back to Graceland, which is only 10 miles up the road, so it's not like they moved very far. But, this was his inner circle, his Circle G ranch, and it's a shame to see, because when somebody is that rich and famous, or just anybody in general, if you're within, and anybody who travels or has that one thing in life that they just love, and they're so, like their soul is at peace, and other people can see it. It's a shame to see that, Elvis couldn't, stay consistent, or just even hit the pause button with all the Hollywood movies and all the fame and stuff, because him and Priscilla could have, they could have made their marriage work, actually. Once I saw this, I'm not saying if I'm a fan of Priscilla or not, because, I wasn't there. I wasn't part of their marriage or anything. And I was only maybe a couple months old. So, you know, I don't even know really all of the above, but it's a shame because they could have made the marriage work if they would have stayed, you know, because it seemed like they were truly happy. But that's based off of Priscilla. That's based off of some of the Memphis Mafia, yada, yada, yada. You know, Elvis Presley, I never heard no interviews of him ever speaking of being super happy there. But that's nor here nor there. So, but let me know in the comments below of what y'all think about Elvis living on the Circle G Ranch. What y'all's opinions? What's y'all's thoughts? Let me know in the comments below, y'all. And if y'all are new to my channel, hit that like button, guys. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification, y'all. Just, yeah, go ahead and hit all of them, y'all. And as always, I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye.